We're not even at that level yet.
Yeah.
We're at the level of like, we barely know what the fuck's going on. If you like whiskey and you like wisdom and you like a whole lot of shenanigan bullshit in between, you should like and subscribe to this channel because me and Chris are bringing it every single week with some crazy bullshit. And what else? All right, we're live.
Oh God, it burns.
Welcome back to another episode of Wisdom, Whiskey, and High West.
High West?
Head to head. Why not?
Why not?
So, you're back from vacation.
Yep.
We had to do an episode without you.
How'd that go?
We didn't really have an expert in the house, so we were all we didn't really know what we were doing. But that's part of what this podcast is about, right?
I feel like, I don't know a lot.
You come prepared.
Okay.
I don't come with notes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we had a brand new whiskey on. A friend of the show came on, brought a friend, brought some whiskey, nice enough. He was on vacation to Georgia and brought some whiskey back specifically for the show.
I haven't actually seen that episode.
Well, it's out now, Chris.
Yeah, I know it is. Because I made the thumbnail for it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like North Carolina versus Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Who won?
Georgia won, hands down. But we headed them up against the Defiant, which is...
Oh, so they were North Carolina and Georgia whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like as a state.
As a state, they got to hold their own by what whiskey they offer.
I don't know what they're doing for whiskey down in Georgia, but we got a lot of craft places here and there.
Well, the problem that I didn't give them a fair shake because North Carolina, I didn't give a fair shake because we used Defiant, which I don't know. I just don't feel like they just don't got a lot going on.
You didn't bring in the Fishers?
No, Fishers would have beat them, but to be honest,
there's some kind of distillery in Charlotte or something.
The next time Fabrizio's coming on, we're gonna do Winston-Salem versus Greensboro. So apparently there's one in Winston.
Yeah, we tried that one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
We tried the one from Winston?
Yeah.
On the show?
Yeah.
Shit, where was I?
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to bring
bottle still here?
We'll have to bring it back.
Yeah. We did it with Curtis.
Oh,
although technically it wasn't a whiskey.
That's why it was. Yeah, it was just a spirit.
But I'm pretty sure, man. I remember looking it up, but I'm pretty sure they have
a real whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Huh. That's strange. That is very strange that I did not remember that. But that's also because it was just a spirit and not a whiskey.
Yeah, because it had the grain alcohol in it.
Right.
Which honestly, there's another one. This one that we'll try sometime is a blend also. No, it's got malted barley in it, so it's good. Yep. Yes, you're good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about that place.
Yeah, when I saw North Carolina versus Georgia, I was thinking what's the better state to live in?
It would have been a good episode for you to be on because you probably know a lot of history about both places, and we didn't even know that.
Georgia started off as a prison colony, buffer zone between Spanish and English, but
yeah, see those little tidbits. It's the 13th colony. That's why their company's called 13th Colony.
Yeah, it was the last one.
I think North Carolina's what, 9th?
I don't know that one.
8th or 9th?
They
kind of worked its way down, right?
After Virginia and Massachusetts, then everything else kind of all happened at the same time. So it's kind of hard to tell.
That's true. But we know for sure they're last.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so the two High West that we're trying out today actually came in a gift box with 2 glasses with some mountain range etched into the bottom of them. But we're gonna try High West Bourbon, just their straight bourbon. Gonna go head to head against their Double Rye.
Yeah, I am excited for this because I've never had anything from High West, and I heard good things, so this will be good.
I have heard good things about the Double Rye, so we'll see. This is 45% alcohol. I'm assuming that one's probably similar to that.
Probably 46.
And this is from Park City, Utah, which is a beautiful place to go snowboarding or skiing.
A lot of Mormons in Utah.
Yeah, there are.
They can't have any of this though.
I'm gonna eat one of these gummies to start the show off with.
It's all downhill from here.
I won't tell anybody what these are, but I'll leave them right here. So which one do you want to bust out first? I say we try this one first.
I'm more looking forward to the rye, so let's start with the bourbon.
Let's do it.
Do you have anything on their mash bill or anything?
I got nothing.
Nothing.
I told you, I don't come with notes.
So it's like,
I show up to the show, and that's about it, guys.
do this thing.
I was outside watching the eclipse. Chris showed up, and he's like, we got a podcast to do. So, here I am.
Let's see.
All right, sir, here you go.
Gracias.
Can you hand me your glass there?
Oh, yeah. And I thought you were just going to pour two over there.
Well, we each have two different glasses, so we know the difference. One of yours has a fainting goat on it, and one does not.
Let's see. One thing that's probably going to, with smoking the cigars, that's going to have an effect on what these taste like.
You know, I'm not getting a whole lot on the profile here.
I'm still trying to look up like information on this thing here.
Could read the back of the box over there.
It's a bunch of stuff on like their conservation.
Aged a minimum of 2 years in charred white American oak barrels. Never chill filtered or carbon treated. And utilizing a variety of high rye content mash bills to convey earthy complexity with a bit of spice. The perfect marriage of richness and brightness expressed.
Okay, so remember how we were talking about how there are a lot of whiskey makers out there that will source their product from other distilleries and like make their own? That's what High West does. So what we're drinking is a MGP sourced whiskey. And MGP is like the largest distillery. Like you think, you know, Jim Beam and Jack Daniels and oh shoot, can't remember what that, Heaven Hill. Like these are big names and stuff, but like MGP has them all beat as far as like the amount of whiskey they produce. Aged minimum of 2 years. The company they found on the website on this review that I'm looking at is from Breaking Bourbon. They say the company website states it's a blend of 2 to 13-year-old bourbons. So, you know, to get their flavor profile, they'll blend them up. The mash bill is, okay, so their mash bill is 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. So in order for it to be classified as a rye whiskey, when we get to the rye whiskey, replace that corn with 51% rye in order for it to be classified as a rye. Everything else can be whatever. And of course for a bourbon, it's got to be at least 51% corn. And then everything else is wherever you want it to be.
And aged a minimum of 2 years.
Yes.
There's not really a whole lot going on.
Really? It's really sweet. A little cherry maybe?
I do smell a little cherry.
Kind of waxy on the nose. Like I know when you like when you get to the waxy feeling, normally that's on the palate, but I'm kind of getting some of that like on the nose, like a waxy kind of feel to it. And I'm not like sticking my nose in it either, so.
Yeah, I'm sticking my nose in it. I smell the charred oak.
Sure, it's not the cigar.
I don't think so.
Vanilla, lots of vanilla.
I think the cigar kind of opens up new territory.
I think this is gonna be good. I like the nose.
I'm not as big of a fan of the nose on this one. Or just, I feel like it doesn't have a lot of complexity going on.
This is gonna have that tea flavor to it.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, it will. Oh, you ready to taste it?
Yes, sir.
Cheers. Wow.
Smooth.
Surprisingly smooth.
Very smooth.
Definitely has that tea flavor.
Not as much as what I like.
It's enough for me.
I'm still thinking like a sweet vanilla cream.
Vanilla cream?
Yeah.
Surprisingly good. Better than I thought it was going to be, seriously.
You can get that sort of waxy kind of feel on the tongue too.
What did you say that waxy was from on the tongue a couple episodes ago? You were saying something about why you thought that waxy
from
was.
the oils,
the tannins and stuff.
And the oils from the wood.
It's like a little citrusy.
Yeah, a little bit. With it being 71% corn, I'm not getting the like on the Heaven's Door. That was like Mexican street corn.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting that much, that kind of corn in those. The one thing I could say negative about it is that, like what you were saying on the nose, it's really simple, and it's like that on the palate too. But everything that's in there is done really well.
It's got its shit together. I mean, it's a decent bourbon.
You know what would be interesting for another episode is to try to get all of the MGP done whiskeys and like
How are we gonna do that?
try them all. Or
There's like 30 of them.
there's a bunch of them, but get like the big ones. So like High West and like Bullet, and I'm sure there's another one we can find out.
So we'll have like a head-to-head.
Yeah, right.
We'll do a rating like we did bottom shelf. We'll do MGP.
MGP, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do MGP. But they don't have their own label. They're only for.
Yeah, they're a distillery and they make spirits for anyone who wants to buy it. Yeah.
They're probably making more money than any of them.
Probably. It's a big company. When you think of bourbon whiskey, you think of Kentucky, but most of it's made in Indiana. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say most of it. A great deal of it's made in Indiana.
But then these companies come along and just bottle it in Kentucky, and it's still called a Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah, like.
How are they getting away with that?
Cause if MGP will make it, and they'll ship it in a big tote, and then they bottle it in Kentucky.
But it's like, what the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, because it's not lying. It's like bottled in Kentucky.
Yeah, but
you got
because it says bottled.
Yeah, you got to read the label on it, right?
Bottled, not produced.
Right.
Now this also says bottled in Park City, but it's from Indiana. Also, you're saying?
Yeah. See, it says bottled by High West Distillery.
Yeah.
That means it's not distilled in Park City, Utah.
So Park City ain't even got no goddamn whiskey.
They got something because it says distillery. So I mean, I guess they're.
What are they distilling?
I don't know, something else, I guess.
All right, High West.
Or I mean,
we're gonna need some answers.
They haven't been on the scene for that
right.
long, so maybe they're doing this and like getting some product out, right? And it's a good whiskey. I like it.
Yeah.
and in the meantime, they're aging their own stuff.
Yeah, how do you become a whiskey brand of having MGP as your source and then switching over to house made?
It's kind of if you're you're successful, it's got to be difficult because
you're going from something that's known and it's true, like people are tried and true.
Yeah.
And then you're releasing something of your own.
Yeah. And then you might mess it up.
Could be trash.
It could be.
Or it could be amazing.
Yep.
But you're also going to piss some people off when you switch. But they would probably keep a couple of these kind of labels around.
I think the best thing to do in that kind of situation is just be honest. Like, if people like this, then if people are buying it, then there's no reason to change it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can have this.
So they release a whole new line.
Yeah, right, a whole new line. That'd be the proper way to do it, and trying to fool somebody by, here's our whiskey, we make it.
I don't think Fisher's ever did that. I don't think they ever released something that was a mix of other companies. I think they just waited to release theirs.
I remember. You're right, because I remember going there while they were aging the bourbon, because they had all the other spirits that you don't have to age, and they were waiting on the bourbon to age.
Right.
During that time, so you're probably right, and that's another thing that distillers can do, right? Like if they don't necessarily have to do whiskey, they can make vodka or gin or any of these other kind of spirits that don't require any kind of age statement.
And that gin is actually my favorite gin from there.
I don't like gin, but I like their gin.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like gin either. But their gin, I could drink it straight.
It's because they kind of toned down the pine tree a little bit.
I don't know if it's toned down. I kind of like it because it's toned up.
It's been a while since I had it, but I remember liking it.
Yeah. It's got a lot of, I don't know, a lot of zest.
Yeah, I like this.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know if I would sit around and just drink this. Maybe I would.
This is an easy sipper. Like, would I rank it like in the top 5 or 10? Probably not.
It leaves little to the imagination. You don't once you've swallowed it, it's gone. It doesn't really leave you anything.
Oak on the finish.
Oak, yeah. But that's about it. And if you were gonna rate this, we're gonna have to eventually make this rating board better.
Because normally what we do is forget about the rating.
Yeah.
Then rate at the end.
Yeah, but I think if we rated it before we tried both,
it'd be better.
I think it would be a stronger rating.
I think you're right, actually. I was just playing around. Gut feeling, I'm gonna give it a 6.
6 is a really good rating.
Yeah.
I was gonna go right around there too.
It's done really well. I just wish there was something else in there.
Yeah.
To make it stand out.
If it had a little bit of an imagination.
Yeah.
Like if you're sitting there playing poker while you're drinking this, you're gonna get bored of it immediately. I like to have a real background. Yeah, I like to have like a real distinct whiskey.
Right. I got you. I understand that. Because I like that too with coffee, with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of want like some bold flavors to kind of punch you around a little bit. Right?
Yeah, to give you some. I mean, you gotta have a good time while you're drinking it.
That's part of why I'm looking forward to the Ardbeg.
Yeah, of course.
Because of all that. And the reason why I want to have Danny in to do that one is because I'm 80% sure that both of us have had Ardbeg before. Mm-hmm. I know I have.
I'm almost positive I've had it, but I just don't remember we had it. I think we had it at that whiskey tasting we went to.
We had when we went to what's the name of that restaurant?
Marshall Freehouse.
Yes. It was like for my birthday we did whiskey flights, and I got an Isla flight, and there's no way that you could have had an Isla flight and not have Ardbeg on it.
Yeah, Ardbeg was on it. I don't think we just had the regular flight either. Didn't we have like?
It was all the Islas.
But it was like aged, 10 years.
Why?
It was something out of the ordinary.
I remember the price point. It was $25 for like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, then it was probably not anything.
But this was also like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because we also have one that was $50 for one drink.
No, it was a flight.
But we also
got like 2 flights.
But we also tried like one really expensive single one.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was like $56 or something for one.
I don't know. Either way, I know I've had Ardbeg, and between Ardbeg and Lafroig, I haven't had Lagavulin. I liked Ardbeg better, and Danny hasn't had any of those. I'm pretty sure. So it'd be good to get his first impression of it.
So you want to get a couple more on the show with those, with the Ardbeg?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
Or you just want to do that one by itself?
Just by itself, especially at first.
All right.
I mean, at some point, it would be great to do the Torah Viola again and have like Ardbeg and Lafroig and Lagavulin and I mean those would be the three big ones.
Let's do it.
Brooklotti.
You're talking about all 10-year?
I don't know. I'm not talking about the.
You're not talking about the aged.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
especially at first.
Okay.
I mean that was $80.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna try three $80 ones, why not?
Cost that'd be 80 times 3, right?
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to do a show like that.
I mean, I would like to try the Ugdal.
Ugdal.
I would like to try that. That's like a $200 bottle.
These came in a dual box.
Yeah.
For $70, but they're normally like 50 something a piece. Yeah, we have a new ABC store in Greensboro, and they have 2 whole walls of whiskey, like the biggest selection I've seen in Greensboro.
That one on Lawndale, it's got a pretty decent selection.
Lawndale's decent, but this place is
Better than that.
twice as big.
I like personally between Eden and Reidsville. I think Eden's got a better selection.
I went to Madison one time, and they had shit in there I'd never even seen before.
You know what we ought to do actually is
Go on what?
Yeah, go to Gibsonville.
Gibsonville?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a field trip to the ABC stores.
Well, yeah, that too kind of is where I was leading into. But the guy that does the ABC store in Gibsonville, like, is into whiskey, so he gets good and interesting things.
Okay. Yeah, we should definitely go on a road trip. Take this show on the fucking road. And not drink anything on the road unless we have a driver. What if we have a driver and we're just in the back just drunk the whole time? We try a new whiskey
Just get one of those pedal bikes like they got downtown.
We're talking about going like 50 miles between stores.
Gotta get your cardio in.
We're on the way to Gibsonville, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday.
I always thought it was funny how, like, drink and drive laws, and then you have these bikes, these, like, bars.
On a bike.
Yeah, right. And, like, when we're at the beach, they have that on a boat, too. Like, these people pedaling the boat.
Yeah.
It's just a bar.
Yeah, it's a tiki bar. It's got the little tiki roof.
And, you're sitting there, like, pedal power.
Yeah. Well, how much damage could you do if you're drunk pedaling? I don't know. I think it would be an incredible show if we could set up the studio in the back of like an SUV, and then we just drive around and we're like drinking whiskey, and then every ABC store we get to, we try something new and we bring it on, and it's just like a 2-hour show of just driving around. I mean, it'd make for an incredible podcast, whether we're trying good whiskey or not, because we're gonna be drunk in the back of the fucking car, and whoever's driving, I hope
everything's good.
Yeah.
It all tastes like water for some reason.
Man, if we could get like an old limo, old Cadillac.
Huh.
I'm gonna pour a little more over here while you're.
Oh yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come over to the tea side.
The tea side.
I kind of want to finish this before we go to the next.
Yeah. That's why I poured more.
Right.
So I give you some time.
Oh.
I started a new diet. I'm not actually supposed to be drinking alcohol, but I'm making an exception since that's what our podcast is about.
What kind of diet doesn't have alcohol?
The carnivore diet.
Oh, really? It makes you can't have alcohol?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's made out of plants.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I guess. So no sugar either then, right?
Nope.
I mean, sugar's bad for you anyway, but...
Yeah. This is, I'm on day 8. I started last Monday.
Huh. I've wanted to try the carnivore diet.
I'll let you know how it goes. I'm doing it for 6 weeks, guaranteed, no matter what.
What's funny is you used to be a vegetarian.
I was a vegetarian for 7 years, and I'm going to eat nothing but meat for 6 weeks to try to make up for that.
Balance it out.
You know, so far I've eaten about 15 steaks and like 2 18-count eggs. Because you can eat eggs, cheese, like hard cheese,
Butter.
And butter and meat. That's pretty much it. So I've eaten quite a few steaks. I've tried the Denver cut. Have you ever had a Denver steak?
I have.
It's a very unique flavor.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but they definitely have a unique. They taste different. Some chuck eye steaks, which is like poor man's ribeye.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. I've had those before, but yeah. Bunch of pork chops, bunch of chicken thighs.
All the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So far, I feel pretty good.
I'm pretty sure I could. I'm pretty sure I could do any of those diets, like carnivore or vegan. Not vegan. Vegetarian.
Oh, you said vegan now.
I could not do vegan.
You just said you're pretty sure you could do any of those.
Any of them, and I was going to make an exception for vegan because I feel like, and I'm not going to say I could do it very long, but for vegetarian, I'm like, some of those vegetarian like stuff, like the chicken patties and stuff like that. It's not too bad.
Mm-mm. You know, Boba House, my favorite.
Yeah,
they just closed.
Really?
They went out of business 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
they're in business a long time.
20 years.
It's crazy.
Yep. They started when I started as a vegetarian. They opened.
Yeah. Like the food that they had there was pretty good. It was vegetarian, so I think
it's all good.
I think I could do that. And with the carnivore diet, I like steaks and pork chops and all the stuff you said. I like all that stuff. But vegan, like no animal products at all, cheese, stuff like that. I don't know if I could do that.
So you think it'd be easier for you to do carnivore than what would it? Vegetarian or carnivore?
In all honesty, I feel like, and it's going to sound weird, but I feel like if I had to do it, it would be easier to do vegetarian than carnivore.
Because you got a lot of snacks.
Snacks.
Carnivore's got no snacks.
No snacks.
It's like
That's exactly right.
Plain pork skins.
Yep.
Which aren't terrible, but they're hard to find.
You get like pork rinds, right?
But they're hard to find, like natural, like without all that artificial stuff on them.
Like barbecue flavored.
Which is like half made with plant products. So.
Speaking of plant stuff, I started planting peppers when I got back from the beach. Melanie was wanting to grow herbs like dill and
Thyme,
rosemary, all the stuff. And I was at the store. We were getting the plants, and I saw some ghost peppers, and I was like, kind of want to do that. So I bought like 4 different types of peppers. So like,
what else did you get?
That's kind of my thing now. But all like
Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. I bought a bought Ghost. I bought
Carolina Reaper.
No, I didn't. They didn't have that. I feel like you can only buy Carolina Reaper from like the guy in South Carolina.
I don't know, man. It seems like we should be able to get it. We're in Carolina.
Yeah, the dude's in like south of Charlotte. We should.
You pass there on the way from the beach.
No, not really, because he lives like south of Charlotte. We go. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't get a Reaper.
I didn't get a Reaper. What I get? Tabasco, ghost pepper, hot banana, and cowhorn pepper. Never heard of it. But I heard it's sweet and hot.
Cowhorn?
Yeah, cowhorn. Never heard of it before.
Me neither.
But I got it.
You need to start growing some marijuana out there.
It's not legal yet.
Do you think your neighbors would care?
I have like.
Do your neighbors smoke marijuana? That's the question.
What's funny about my neighborhood is all of the cities in the triad, all their cops live in my neighborhood.
Really?
There's a Winston-Salem cop that lives in my neighborhood. There's a Burlington cop, Reedsville Sheriff's, Rockingham Sheriff's, and I guess we're missing Greensboro here.
So fair to say.
There's a Kernersville guy too.
It's fair to say that growing marijuana would probably not be a good idea for you.
Probably not. I just think it's crazy that like you would drive to Winston-Salem and live in my neighborhood. Like it's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah, but you think about this. Danny works in Winston and lives here and drives the King after that.
Yeah, but this dude bought a house. You know? It's not like he's, you know, living there,
Some people don't mind driving to work.
I guess.
Some people enjoy that commute.
And then, like, you gotta drive down 158 whenever you go to work, you know, and
He's in a car all day anyway.
It's 2-lane road. Yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah, so why would you want to spend an extra hour? You know?
He doesn't care.
I guess.
He doesn't like it at home.
I mean,
Clearly.
maybe.
Let's move far away from work. You'll give me another hour and a half away from home.
The cigar's pretty good.
It's a good cigar.
It is.
It goes very well with whiskey.
You want to try this other one?
We can if you want, but shit, man. It's hard to beat this now. I'm starting to like this.
See? I told you it was good.
You know, I'm a fan of letting whiskey breathe. I've told you this plenty of times.
Yeah.
And just leaving this out for just that short time.
I feel like you just said that once.
No, I've said that on every single episode we've
Really?
had. No, at least I feel like I have.
I don't think so.
I probably not said it because I feel like
just
I
said
always say it.
one time.
I am a fan of letting it breathe.
Look at that. I was able to open this plastic.
Oh, that's nice.
Easy. Like I said before the show, I do like these corks.
They're nice corks.
Rounded off. It kind of looks like a bottle you'd have in like an Old West saloon or something.
It is a really nice bottle. It looks presentable.
You know what makes a rye whiskey?
51% rye.
51% rye, because I said it earlier. You don't really have to have an age statement for a rye whiskey.
Oh, really?
No. So double rye, blend of straight rye whiskeys. And let's see. They say double rye embodies a harmonious balance of bold rye spice with bright botanical notes that simultaneously showcase layers of freshness and complexity.
Huh. Layers of freshness and complexity.
That's what they say.
Freshness and complexity.
Man, it's like getting two things.
It's surprising how weak these are on the nose.
So this is a blend of MGP and what they make at High West.
So we're getting a taste of the real
What,
right here.
What they can do. It's 2 years. Blend of straight raw whiskeys, ranging in age from 2 to 7 years.
I'll tell you, this one smells. It's got like a butterscotch smell.
Mash bill, unclosed ratio of 95% rye, 5% malted barley from MGP, and 80% rye and 20% malted rye from the High West distillery. Yeah, so MGP is providing the rye and a little bit of the barley. Rye and the barley. And High West is doing rye and malted rye. I guess that's how they're doing the double
Rye.
Double rye, because you got a mix of malted and unmalted.
You know, it's. I'm picking up more complicated notes the longer I smell it. At first, it was just like, oh, a little butterscotch. Now it's kind of mellowing.
I'm having a hard time on the nose.
It starts off real faint. But so did the other one. The other one did too, remember?
I don't know.
With me it did.
With the other one, like I pretty much got the vanilla and the cherry and...
I'm liking the smell of this one better.
Man, is that banana?
There is like a sweet fruity...
Yeah. I think in my mind I'm wanting to look for like licorice, right? Because of the rye.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting that.
I don't get any of that.
Man, it's hard for me to pick up any of those.
Just gotta stick your whole nose in there.
Yeah, right. Might as well wet my nose. Bubblegum?
I'm not getting bubble gum.
No?
Maybe like Like the powder that's on bubble gum,
Yeah.
but not the. Isn't that weird?
I think my nose is a little broke from probably the cigar, but like a candy like powder sugar.
Mm. Yeah, like Smarties.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. I'm anxious to taste it, but I feel like it's not going to taste as good as I think it is.
I mean, I kind of want to go for it now.
All right, let's go.
Like,
Cheers.
cheers. Mmm.
Wow.
That is a candy syrup.
That's different.
Yeah.
I immediately tasted Smarties.
Yeah, I can see that.
How does it have that? That's so strange that it has such a sweet, muted undertone.
Well, rye is supposed to be like licorice, so maybe like candy.
Yeah, but it tastes like hard candy.
Yeah.
That's good. That is very good. That's got the complexity that I'm talking about playing poker, drinking a whiskey. That's got that little bite that you can...
Sort of at the end,
Mhm.
a little bit like mid-palate. It's like a...
Yeah.
Not mid-palate. Like on the tip of your tongue, kind of like... you have a little tingle there.
It's more in the back of mine. The back of my tongue.
The back of the tongue is where you taste like the... Almost like what am I trying to say? Like
It's like butterscotch popcorn with pepper on it.
yeah, you can taste the spice, which is
Mhm.
what you're calling pepper.
Yeah. But it's on top of like a sweet candied shell. Not like a candy apple.
I taste the candy first.
Yeah.
Then there's like a bitter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bitterness to it too.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for earlier. It was like sort of mid palate or towards the back. You can taste like a bitter to it, like a bitterness.
The bitter is right before you swallow.
Mm.
Mid palate is what you're calling that, I think. If you let that linger too long, it kind of disrupts the end note. I feel like if you swallow it quickly, you get that sweet
Exhale.
buttered buttered popcorn, or it's like caramel popcorn though, but it's creamy. I'm picking up more on this than I ever have with any other one.
I'm looking for that popcorn, but I can't find it.
It's like caramel popcorn. I'm definitely getting it. Ton of it.
Like maybe the caramel's like been cooked too much.
Yeah, like a little like extra toasted.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's more going on in this one than there was in the bourbon.
Yeah. Much more going on. This is what I'm looking for.
And as far as ryes go,
in a sipper.
Yeah, I can see that because it's got that punch we were talking about.
Yeah, because when
it hits you a little bit.
You think about it.
Yeah.
You're thinking about this while you're drinking
Right.
it.
And like with the bourbon, like it's so smooth that you kind of don't even think about it. You
Right.
just drink it.
I kind of like to think about it when
Yeah.
drinking it.
I rated the first one first. What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. I got some smoky flavor then, and that may definitely have to do with the cigar. But man, it made it taste good. Actually, I'll tell you what. The one Fabrizio brought last week.
Yeah.
Grab that, pop it open, and give that a sniff.
The 13 Colony one.
Yeah. I know for a fact that you would really like that. If you have an empty glass, you should just give it a tiny taste. But that one is, I told him it was one of the best ones we've had on the show. And I really stand by that.
I mean, I like the unique bottle.
It does have a unique bottle too. But it's pretty fucking good.
That is
good.
Sweetness.
It's good. This is definitely a good one.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, but
it's better.
The only problem with it is that we end up getting ones like Heaven's Door and stuff like that randomly that are so much better and they're obscure.
I mean, that's all part of it, right?
Yeah, you finding obscure.
I mean, a lot of this is, kind of a gut check, too. I mean, just...
Oh, yeah.
Because we could rank all these whiskeys, whatever, and then come back 6 months and try all of them again and, have a different order. That one's good. It's got a little draw to it, a little dryness.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of banana, just a little bit fruit sweet.
That's funny. That's what Fabrizio said too, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You can taste a dry oak, and
Like a slight bitterness. I said grapefruit because I tasted like grapefruit bitterness.
I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of the notes in it.
Hmm.
I think it's incredible. I think it's great.
It's good.
It's different.
What is this? It's a Southern bourbon whiskey. Sweet corn cobs, leather, cherry, caramel, and tobacco.
I never picked up on the tobacco. Caitlin said she picked up on the cherry right away, but I didn't pick up on the cherry either.
It's not smacking me in the face like sometimes cherry does.
Yeah.
Not really getting the leather either. Caramel.
I got the leather eventually.
I could see the tobacco. I could see it.
Well, I eventually tasted the leather.
Honestly, between that and that, I like that better.
You like the bourbon better?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, out of the three that I've had, I think the bourbon's my favorite.
You like the bourbon better than the rye?
I know it goes against what I said earlier, but this is more interesting. It smacks you in the face a little bit more, like we talked about.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that.
Right.
But as far as the flavors that are there,
I
like the bourbon better.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
That would be an awesome whiskey and better than the Heaven's Door if it just gave you a little bit more.
If this was a 10-year bourbon, I bet it would be incredible.
No, maybe not even that. They proved it down to 46.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if it was a 50% or something higher, it would probably be a killer whiskey.
What, like a cash strength?
If they had a cash strength High West bourbon,
shit.
it'd be amazing.
They probably do.
Really good.
They probably have one in the works right now. I'm
Okay.
sure. I mean, every company does, right? They're all doing that boutique whiskey.
They are.
Even the big guys, a cash strength is a boutique whiskey, right?
It is a good time to be into whiskey because you have all these, even the big players that are doing different things with their whiskey.
Everybody's trying something new. They're all doing little secret.
Yeah, and how long did when you went to get Jack Daniels, it would just be number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Forever. Do they even make other Jack Daniels? I don't know. But now you got Single Barrel Select, and you got Bonded, and all these different releases.
Yeah.
And
Reserve.
yeah, like I said before, regular Jack Daniels isn't that great.
No.
But the Single Barrel is really good.
You keep saying that. We'll have to have it on the show one day. But I've never had a Jack Daniels that I liked. And there's at least 15 different ones now.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that.
The other thing that's interesting is that I got the bottled and bond Jack Daniels when it was a foreign release only. Because I got it when I went on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. And I can't remember what's different about it, but the one that they just released last year, I think, or the year before, is a little different, the bonded. But it's still good. I mean,
we'll have it on the show. It's fine. We'll do it.
one thing that was terrible is and we'll have to have it again because we haven't had it on the show, but the Jack Daniels Rye, disgusting.
Somebody said they liked that. Was it Jack? At the poker game? Somebody said they liked it.
I sure hope not. The Wild Turkey Rye's okay. From my memory, and it's been a while, this rye is better than the Wild Turkey.
This rye is actually, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I swear it gets better the longer you let it breathe. It gets creamier.
I just went back to it.
It's like real
Yeah.
creamy now. So did you get to witness any of the eclipse, Chris, or were you mainly just doing your own thing?
Like, I was driving. Not like when I walked out of the building, it was like darker, and I knew what time the maximum was going to be, and I was walking out of the building right at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, I wish it was like this all the time.
It's weird, right? Because it's so bright, but the sun is not hot. Like the sunlight's not hot.
And well, it's kind of dingy
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's like twilight.
And I was thinking about this earlier, or at that same time. Do you have a preference in lights?
Yeah.
Like bright white, soft yellow.
Yeah, I do.
What's your preference?
My personal preference would be soft yellow.
Soft yellow.
Yeah.
Yep. If there's a bright white light in a room, I can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you appreciate the fact that I'm on the soft yellow.
Yeah. Soft yellow, like, cause that's what me and my wife get into argument. When she wants the lights on, she wants to be bright.
Oh, bright white, gotta see
And,
everything.
It like irritates me.
Yeah, me too, because it
Yeah.
seems artificial.
It's like a bull seeing red.
Mm-hmm.
It just pisses them off.
Yeah.
If I see a bright white light,
It's like you're at work.
yeah, it just pisses me off.
Fucker.
What the fuck is this?
Why do we have this at our home? Something about that, those lights that buzz too.
Yeah.
The fluorescence. They
I
have
never
the
say it.
little pack in there that buzzes. So not only is it like the most annoying color of light, but it's also like.
To be honest with you, I don't like the light, but the buzzing noise kind of puts you into a certain spot. Like,
You like the fucking buzzing of the lights?
I kind of like the buzzing.
Huh. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anybody ever.
Well, like, there's a certain time and a place for things, and I feel like
When
if
is the time and place for the buzzing?
you're a basement doing some kind of like, waterboarding, something like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
If you got someone in a pit or something, and you're trying to like,
And you're listening to that buzzing like
yeah, you're like,
it's like a melody.
put you in the zone.
Yeah, that's not psychotic at all.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's in a basement, anything
there's
goes.
there's a time and place.
Anything goes in a basement. And I'm going to take the time that you're doing this to showcase one of these fine glasses with the mountain range cut into the bottom.
I think you're supposed to pour water into that and let it freeze, so you have ice mold.
That's what you said, but there's no directions that say that.
You didn't rate the. Are you gonna rate it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll rate it. Well, I kind of did rate it. I said 7.2. I was like, I feel like 7.2, but it's a real high score. Like,
7.2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like if it was Dave Portnoy rating a pizza at a 7.2, it'd be a really fucking good pizza. That's what I'm saying. Should I be rating it that high?
I mean, I think what we ought to do is between us two, we'll average the score. That's what we're on the board. So you're giving it a 7.
I'm going to give it a 7.2.
7.2.
7.2.
That's complex. Having decibels.
We've had the decibels from the very beginning, Chris.
Have we?
Look, you rated. No, you haven't used a decibel, but me and Danny have.
That's because you guys are trying to make things complicated.
It's because everything doesn't fall into the same number.
Sure it does.
You can have a 6 and you can have a
If it's a-
6.9.
If it's a 7.2, then you round it to a 7.
I don't know if it works that way.
Someone on here is going to complain about my cigar smoking skills.
No, they're not.
And
Who needs skills to smoke a cigar?
I do, apparently.
Might need skills to light one, but
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding.
I'm not, yeah. When it comes to cigars, like, I'm not an expert at all. I've kind of wanted to try pipe tobacco.
You're that kind of guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about trying to try that.
Yeah.
Pipe tobacco.
You seem like the type that would.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the thing, I don't want to get like a cheap pipe. I want
No,
like
you want to get a
pipe.
good one.
Yeah.
So get a good one.
Get a good one. And there's like, I think 3 different types of pipe tobacco.
Probably more than that.
There's like types. And it's like, Virginia's one of them.
Virginia's a type.
Yeah, it's a type of pipe tobacco. So of course I want to try that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danville Select. You know, if you want to bring a pipe on the show and explain to the people how to use it, you know, the pipe etiquette.
There's a whole thing to it.
I'm sure there is.
Like there's a little tool you like tamp it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure. I know there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tamp it like you tamp it down.
Tamp it.
Yeah. There's a little
tamp it in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a little tamper thing. You like put the
you
tobacco.
pack it.
Pack
it's like packing a bowl.
Then you have loose. You like have loose leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put another layer on top and you pack that down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The keef. And the flour, little flour, a little layer of keef, pat it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tobacco. I'm liking this. 7.2, I think, is a good score.
I don't like your decimals.
What are you gonna give it? What do you want me to give you some more of the stuff you want?
I want the bourbon. It's good.
Give me the bourbon.
Bourbon.
Fucking bourbon. You know, when I started hitting the keys on our soundboard and Caitlin realized we had sound effects,
Yeah.
like she got real mad that I didn't use them during the show.
It's hard to think about it.
Yeah, I was like, Chris never uses them either.
Yeah. You still need to put the Kamehameha on here.
Yeah, you know, you're that's your job.
Yeah.
Our Dragon Ball Z episode has more views than anything we've done.
You know we haven't been recording.
It's only fitting. It's only fitting.
We got the iPhone, right?
That's all we got. Oh man. Well, guys, we seem to be going backwards in our evolution of the podcast because we went from being low pro to being high pro, medium pro, to being back to straight up recording on iPhones with no sound, no.
Yeah, I looked over here and I saw the SD card.
Oh my god.
And I was like, wait a minute, it's not even in there. And I was like, oh, we're not recording.
Son of a bitch. This is what, guys, when you have a sound guy that just got back from vacation, you literally cannot expect him to perform at his peak.
I mean, we're recording now.
Oh my, now? That's par for the course.
Yeah.
We literally, every single week that we do this is something like out of our control.
I mean, that was within our control, but it just...
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but... The eclipse was going on.
I didn't even think about it.
The eclipse was happening.
Like, we just sat down and started talking.
The eclipse.
We should really just have this thing going all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can pick up everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ideally. Yeah. And cameras going all the time, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Ideally.
You just walk in and it just happens,
Yeah. But...
I mean, I don't know. We've done the iPhone audio before.
Yeah. Plenty of times.
Yeah. And now we started, so, man.
Just more for the editing guy to worry about. Fuck him.
I was sitting here, what I was thinking about was the Kamehameha thing. And I was sitting here thinking, like, oh, we need to download the software on the computer so that we can, like, communicate with this thing. And then use the software to change these buttons around or do whatever you want.
And then you were like, damn, I never even communicated with the record button with my own finger.
Right.
Like, let alone the computer.
The SD card wasn't even in it.
Oh, man, that's funny. It is what it is. This is the Eclipse show.
It was a weird day.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people that called out. And when I say a lot, I mean like 3 people.
Yeah, that's quite a few people.
Yeah, that's a few in like in a group of 12 or so.
Yeah, it was 25% of the crew called out. Yeah, it's quite a bit. That gummy's definitely kicking in.
Yeah. Like, the bourbon's good. I'm going to drink it. It's really good. But I wish it was more.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. It's so good. It's so clean. It's so crisp. It's so much, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you enough depth.
I gave this one a 6.
Mm-hmm. We both gave it a 6.
Yeah.
Strange.
I feel like I want to change that.
Okay.
Make this a 5.
5?
Yeah.
You want to drop it down to a 5?
Drop it down to a 5.
Okay.
The rye's a 6.
So you're flip-flopping again.
Flipping again.
Damn, man. If you were a politician, you would be getting hounded right now.
No, I'd be up there. I'd be.
Oh, yeah, because you'd be with the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all flip-floppers, bitches.
Whatever you want. You know?
Yeah, what do you want today?
I did think about running for county commissioner before.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know.
Mainly.
Do it.
Mainly because I want to have yard signs that have my name, like Tuck, big letters, like close together, in Rockingham County.
Tuck Rockingham County? Yeah. Tuck it. Tuck it. That needs to be your slogan. Tuck it. Fuck it? No, tuck it.
Yeah, that would be the implication. Like, you drive down the road, people like see a sign on the road. They see it, they don't really see it, and think it says something else. But then they have to like look. It's like, oh, Tuck.
Yeah.
Not something else.
That would either work one of two ways. Either people would love it and you'd get elected, or people like this. Why would this guy say fuck Rockingham?
Yeah.
Fuck
exactly.
him.
Like, no, you read the sign.
Fuck him. Hell no.
Name.
Fuck him. It's probably the way it would go.
Probably.
This smells really good. I'm loving this.
Yeah. I hate flip-flopping, but like going back to the bourbon.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried it again, but
5, 6.
oh, so you're on my page now.
Yeah, I am.
We're on the same page now.
Yep, we're on the same page.
So like 10 minutes from now may be different, but
Possibly.
But at the moment,
5 and 6.
okay.
And to be honest with you, I think this could be a 9. If
What the fuck?
if
the 5.
if they had a cask strength.
The 5 could be a 9.
Could be. Yep. You just gotta add 4.
The 5 could be a 9 if it had cask strength.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's bold words.
Yep.
That's bold words, Chris, because I think they do have one.
I hope so.
I'm gonna seek it out.
I'm sure it's really good.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
And I'm trying to, I'm trying to not make everything an 8 or whatever. Trying to be judgmental, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I said earlier, like everything's good in there. It's just not enough.
Yeah, you gave it a 5.
Yeah,
You downgraded it.
I did.
So what did you do on vacation, Chris? Besides going to the famous Buc-ee's gas station.
Actually, this was from October.
Okay.
We went to Buc-ee's in October.
Okay.
The one in Sevierville.
Mm-hmm.
Which there are 2 types of people in this world now.
The ones that go to Buc-ee's?
The ones that have been to Buc-ee's and those that have not.
I've never been.
You're one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of those people.
They've been, yeah.
To me, you're one of those people.
Really?
The Buc-ee's people.
I think Buc-ee's is one of the few things that could unite this country. Like, we're so divided. But we can come together
To get gas?
to get... No, it's not just gas. It's an experience.
Hold on a minute. You think that Buc-ee's is one of the few small possibilities that mankind could come together
Yes.
as a people?
I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but America.
We could reunite Americans through Buc-ee's.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, explain.
So.
Go on. Continue. I've never been.
First off,
I've never been.
I
do remember the first time we ever went to a Sheetz and your fascination. Like, you remember we were kids,
Yes.
the first Sheetz we went to, and you're like, what is this magic? You could order from the pump, gotta order a sandwich. And you were like in awe from that moment. So now Buc-ee's only makes sense that you've evolved into the greatest gas station of all time.
Well, first off, I'm a connoisseur of gas station food.
Yes.
So, like, there's a gas station on West Main Street in Danville called Fast Mart, and they have the best potato wedges. Delicious. You might get robbed there.
Yeah.
That's a small price to pay.
To get the best wedges.
To get the best wedges. Buc-ee's, on the other hand. All right, so I will say, can it be overhyped? Yes, it can be overhyped, but it's more than a gas station.
It can be overhyped,
Yeah.
but it's fucking hype.
But it's really good.
It's really hype.
So, like, you walk in, and there's all these people and stuff, and they've got like hunting and outdoor equipment, and they've got like stuff for the women.
What do you mean hunting?
Like coolers.
There's a hunting section in a gas station?
Yeah, they sell like pocket knives and like.
Okay, every gas station sells pocket knives.
But they're good pocket knives.
Oh, they're
all
better.
These coolers. And the merchandise that they have is like they mark the merchandise down. So like the Buc-ee's branded T-shirts, and I got a sweatshirt too.
Mm.
And all that's like relatively inexpensive, and it's good quality. But like they make their own beef jerky. They've got all different kinds of beef jerky they make there.
Where do they make it?
They make it there.
What do you mean they
store.
make it there?
They make it there.
They don't.
They do.
You're telling me that every Buc-ee's has meat coming in
Yes.
and they're dehydrating it
Yes.
in the back.
Yes.
In the back?
Yeah.
All right.
They got
All right.
this
Keep it going.
Wall
Keep-
of soda fountains.
Are they producing the flavored soda in-house?
I would imagine. Well, they do have Buc-ee's like sarsaparilla and root beer and cream soda and stuff.
Sarsaparilla?
And the sarsaparilla had too much of a bubblegum taste for mine, but for my palate. But the root beer was good.
But you tried it
I
nonetheless.
tried it, yeah, of course. And
So what else has Buc-ee's got going on besides fucking dehydrating their own meat?
beaver nuggets.
Fucking beaver
Really good.
nuggets.
Like-
what are beaver and other
It's like corn,
beavers?
Well, it's like corn puffs. They're like fried, and
What do you mean?
they have like.
What do you mean
sugar-
corn puff?
Yeah,
Like a Cheeto puff?
kinda, yeah, but it's fried.
Okay. So they're not like little chunks of beavers.
No, and it's not like beaver balls either.
Okay.
It's like nuggets, right?
I don't know
Or-
what beaver balls are,
Or,
Chris.
or beaver shit, beaver nugget. Whatever you associate with a nugget, They're corn puffs. Like fried corn puffs. They got like a caramel kind of coating to them on the outside. Really good. And then in the middle, they have where they smoke the meat. And every
In the middle of the gas station?
yeah.
Like in the center of the gas station, everybody circles around the big meat
Yeah.
smoker.
I got a video of it.
Are you kidding me?
Hang on, I gotta find the video.
This is a gas station we're talking about.
It's not just a gas station.
They're smoking meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're doing their briskets and their meat smoking like in the middle, right? And there's this table in the middle, and every 15 minutes or so, they'll have this little jingle, and they bring the brisket, put it on the wood, and they chop it up right there to make the brisket sandwiches and stuff like that. And they all have to do this little jingle. I'm gonna play it.
Every 15 minutes?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking place is this?
We got fresh brisket on the board.
What? Brisket on the board!
That's awesome, right?
Oh my god, that's fucking gnarly,
it's
dude.
a whole like experience.
That's gnarly.
This is
There is people coming in from all over the country into these gas stations, and they all know to say, brisket on the board. It looks like Black Friday.
yeah. Except that's every day.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't have any desire to go to that place, Chris. I don't have a desire. I'm sorry. I can't.
It is the most commercial
Yeah, that's like,
thing ever, but it's really good.
I mean, I get that it probably is good because of the investments they've put into those places.
There's a big bronze beaver out in the front, Like,
Yeah, it's just
there aren't enough statues in this world.
when I'm trying to find beef jerky and I'm fighting my way through a crowd of 100 people screaming "brisket on board," like it's hard for me to do that.
I'm not a big fan of crowds either, but like I was expecting there to be a crowd, so I kind of went in, kind of knowing.
Yeah, I don't think the knowing changes it.
I will say that we're supposed to be getting a Buc-ee's in Mebane, and I will not be going to that Buc-ee's for like 6 months.
Why?
Cause the crowd.
6 months? Holy shit! Buc-ee's is really that big?
Yeah, there's gonna be 1 million people there.
Fucking A, man.
They already hate driving on 40 anyway because of the traffic.
You know, Sheetz was the original Buc-ee's, I feel like.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is like Sheetz times 10. Like they sell grills at Buc-ee's.
It's weird. It's fucking weird. I guess it's like it's like a Walmart of highway shopping.
Yeah, basically. The one thing about it is they don't cater to truckers. Or so I've been told. To be honest with you, I went to that Buc-ee's and didn't get gas.
You didn't even get gas?
Didn't even get gas.
Hmm.
Mostly I went there for the food. Cause beaver nuggets were like a thing that
Were they good?
they were good. Yeah.
And they're just cheese puffs.
Not cheese puffs, it's like corn puff.
Corn puffs.
Yeah.
What
It's
does
good.
that mean? It's like a Cheeto without the cheese on it.
Yes. But sweet.
Okay.
Tell you what, when they open up
You didn't bring me anything.
No, well, this was in October.
But you also didn't you just go?
No.
Oh, you didn't stop at
No,
Buc-ee's? I saw your son had a Buc-ee's shirt on in the picture.
We got that from in October. He got that from the same place I got the shirt.
Okay.
Like we went there and spent like $200
Okay.
and didn't even get gas.
Well, I just assumed you went to Buc-ee's on the last trip
No.
because he was wearing the Buc-ee's shirt.
No.
Okay.
We've devolved into one of those families that goes to Myrtle Beach in the summer and Pigeon Forge in the winter or fall. That's
Every
where
year.
we're at.
Yeah.
We're basically going to the same place,
Yeah.
except one's Mountain Myrtle Beach and the other one's Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it is fun because, it's one, not that expensive, and two, there's stuff to do. So,
Yeah. And you actually had beautiful weather.
It was nice.
Yeah.
The
80,
water,
80 degrees?
it got to 80 degrees one day.
Yeah.
It was mostly in the 70s, which is nice. The water was a little chilly, of course, but a lot of Canadians there for some reason.
Who?
Canadians?
Canadian?
Yeah, there were a lot of Europeans in general, actually.
Did you swim in the ocean?
A little bit.
It was cold?
Very cold.
Good for your body.
That's what they say. It does kind of wake you up a bit.
It's really good for you.
I'm gonna rant some more on something, but like seafood, right?
Mm-hmm.
You eat seafood?
Yeah.
So Joe's Crab Shack, if you go to Myrtle Beach, I feel like Joe's Crab Shack's a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna get a steam pot or whatever, that's gonna be like between $35 and $55 or so. Just go to, one of the seafood buffets. Because it's like the same price, and it's all you can eat. Yeah. Like, I racked up on oysters. Like, I ate like a dozen oysters by myself. Like, crab legs, all of it, all you can eat.
Yeah.
I really like seafood.
You really like all you can eat.
I really like all you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seafood.
So it was like the best.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of all you can eat just because of the places, like, Golden Corral.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, I don't want
But
to be in there.
they're mostly out of business.
Yeah.
I mean, Golden Corral is fine.
I don't know.
I know what you mean. Like, it's all kind of. Quincy's was good, but.
Quincy's. That's a name drop.
Yeah. They
That's
still got
old.
one in Florence. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
For real, I think it's the only one. We should go there.
I'll take the show on the road.
Just
We'll go to all the ABC stores and all the Quincy's.
the
There's only one.
Just
Just the one.
Maybe we go to Kmart afterwards.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Man.
I mean, I would like to do a car episode.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know
yeah.
how to do that though.
Yeah.
like conceptually. He was like, you never see Tiburons anymore. And I was like, yeah, you see them every now and then, but it is pretty rare.
Yeah.
What if I put a K series engine in the Tiburon?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of freaking work.
Yeah. Worth it.
Which would be awesome to have a K series Honda motor in it, but that's a lot of freaking work.
Yeah.
And instead, what if I got a Corvette?
Yeah, obviously it's a different journey altogether.
Exactly. I could like totally do.
Imagine if I didn't do any of that and I just got a Corvette.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, starting off better.
I'm on board.
I was just like the same amount of money.
What year? What year Corvette?
Okay, so that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to bring up. What do you think about the C4 Corvette?
I'm not a big fan of the C4
Really?
Corvette.
Like, why?
Underpowered.
Okay. Well, it had more power than the C3.
I just don't really prefer that generation.
All right, how about looks-wise? Take the power out of the equation.
It's not the worst of Corvette.
Okay.
It's not the worst of Corvette.
All right.
What do you think of the looks? Why do you like it?
I like the C4. Well, I like the looks of the C4 because it's smaller, like width-wise, and it still has that sort of. It's not as rounded off as the C5. It's like the C5 was fine looking, but it kind of reminds you more of like a chick's car because of like how rounded it is around the wheels. At least in sort of my opinion. But what I was going to say is the Corvette that I would buy would be a C6. The first generation they had without the highway headlights.
What was the first year for that?
For the, which one?
The C6?
06, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm not off by a whole lot. I'm pretty sure it was 2006. But the reason why I say that's the one to get is because for right now, you can get them for a good price, and they get 30 miles to the gallon. So it's like, it's probably the first Corvette you could have as a daily driver. But it's also the first Corvette where it has that on the highway, 4 cylinders will shut off. You have a 4-cylinder, so you save gas. And that's how you get that 30 miles per gallon
Right.
highway.
Right.
So, like, it's like that kind of gimmick, which I guess if you're buying brand new, you get 30 miles a gallon, whatever. Yeah, but, like, what does that do to the longevity of it? Because I'm sure it shuts the same cylinders down every time. So, they're not firing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not balanced.
Yeah.
You would think that would mess something up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible.
And it kind of reminds me of like how these cars that have the automatic shut off, like when you get to a stop sign or something,
Yeah.
engine will shut off,
And it restarts every time.
Like that can't be good.
No, for the starter?
Yeah, it can't.
And
be
the
good.
engine?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it can't be.
can't be.
No, it's just another one of those things built to fail.
Yeah,
Failure
right.
rate.
Yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about the idea of electric cars is it feels like, and I don't necessarily have anything against electric cars per se, but I feel like when I look at a car, like I like cars, and so it means something. And when it's electric, it feels like it's more disposable.
Yeah.
Like you use it and the battery dies, then you throw it away, you get another one.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about these supercars that are like half engine or half gas powered and half electric, and they're like 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds?
So when you get into cars like that, that's like it's a different kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get into cars like that, you're not looking at necessarily like having to live with it kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like daily driver,
Yeah.
weekend car,
Yeah.
or something like that. That's like an engineering experiment.
An engineering marvel.
Yeah, and it's like we're this company and we've produced like Porsche has
Yeah.
Taycan, I think.
Yeah.
And like we can do all of this with this hybrid engine.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
Like I understand. I'm also not gonna buy one of those.
But what if somebody gave you one?
Oh, I'll take it, sure. Yeah.
and you would drive it and you would say, I don't know what the big deal is with these. You're like, no, I do.
I would
It's fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem.
But straight electric is different, you're saying.
Not like with those cars. So like the Tesla Roadster,
Yeah.
that's a fine car.
Right.
It's nice. But that's not the same as a Model 3.
Right. Not at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's compare a Model 3 to like a Toyota Camry,
Mm-hmm.
right? That Camry, you can keep it running for a million miles, right?
Probably.
Take good care of it.
Probably.
Stuff like that. Lasts forever. Toyota, right?
Mm-hmm.
the cells in the battery on the Model 3 as good a care as you can take as you can do it.
40,000 recharges, whatever it is. They know the
Whatever
number.
it is. The cells will die.
Yeah, and they know that number.
And you'll have to replace the battery pack.
Yep.
Which you might have to replace parts on the Camry too, but you'll be doing it like over time.
Right.
With the Model 3, like, you're going to start to lose range as the batteries die. And then it'll be like so annoying. And then you'll have to go and like.
What if the time comes where you buy a Model 3, your battery has a 10-year shelf life, but 10 years from now to replace that battery is $1,000 bucks. But
Well,
10 years from now to put fuel in that Camry is $1,000 bucks a tank.
Yeah, I got it. Like when it becomes cost, like, yeah, let's just replace the battery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no reason to argue against it.
There will come a time where that's cheaper than buying fuel for a gas-powered car.
I think
The way they're trying to make it go.
I think the battery technology has to evolve a little bit more, and not just in like.
But it will.
Yeah, not just in recharging rates and stuff like that, which is a factor, and all this stuff will get better. Like I'm saying, I'm not like against electric cars.
Yeah.
But there's still something about an electric car that feels more like a washing machine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really give a shit about the washing machine.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same to an extent, but I feel like the era of smart car is coming,
Sure.
where it's not just a electric car, but it's smart. It knows you. It knows your habits.
Yeah.
It's coming. 100% it's coming in the next 5 years. There's going to be a car you can just walk in, get in, you go to the grocery store. You don't have to tell it where you're going. It knows where you're going.
Here's the thing. For sure, that's on its way. But I don't think it'll be very good at doing it.
For how long? How long will it take to improve?
I don't think we live in an age where that kind of thing is built for longevity. It's going to be made to break.
I don't know, because I think that all of these technologies that are coming with this smart car that knows who you are, all these things, you won't own them. You will lease them or rent them. And I think they won't be built to fail when they're in that type of scenario.
That's what they're. Yeah, I get.
The whole system would change. They would not be built to fail anymore.
You won't own your car.
You won't. If you didn't have to own any of that shit, car companies will make cars last a million years.
Yeah, because they're not making money.
Right.
They'll be making money to do nothing.
Yeah.
Basically.
And if you didn't own the car, but you had to lease it, all they would care about is making one car that lasted forever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then everybody would have that car.
It still just feels like it takes some of the soul out of it, you know?
Yeah, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
That's the fucking world we live
It
in.
just sucks because it feels like it gets worse, you know?
It does get worse.
Because, like, the analogy I brought up the washing machine for a reason, is that the more complex or smart that a washing machine or dishwasher or all that gets, the worse it gets as a user. For instance, like the unbalancing, like I got a newer washing machine, and it doesn't take a whole lot for this thing to get unbalanced.
Okay.
And when it gets unbalanced, like it dings, it does water, it tries again. It's super annoying. If it was a dome washing machine, it would just go.
Yeah.
And then it would break at some point, but at least it would go. It
Yeah.
wouldn't,
Maybe for years before it broke.
Yeah, right. It'd be years, exactly.
Yeah.
But now with this, it's just annoying, right?
Yeah.
It
I feel your pain on that.
It just feels like the smarter things get,
Yeah.
the worse it gets as an end user experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's definitely coming with cars. I think we talked about this on some podcast. I can't remember which one. About like the what do you call it? Subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sharp GM does it.
Mm-hmm.
BMW does it for like their heated seats and stuff.
Right.
Like you bought the car.
Yeah.
You gotta pay a monthly subscription to get your heated seats.
Yeah.
Like you bought the car.
Yeah.
Like it's there. Just leave it open.
Right.
Like how much effort does it take you to do that?
Right. Subscription to have your heated seats.
Yeah. Like how ridiculous is that? Think
Yeah.
about that.
Terrible.
What was that on the World Economic Forum? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll own nothing and we'll be happy.
I guess. Like with politics, I got into a volunteerism and extreme libertarian kind of like mindset for a while. And it gets in there with anarchy and men anarchists and stuff, but I've kind of evolved from that.
I feel like if you had an anarchy symbol over that Buc-ee's shirt, you could sell. You know how many of those you could sell?
I don't want to though. I like Buc-ee's.
Because you're both. You're the part of the problem and you're the anarchist that's about the problem. Fuck Buc-ee's. No, I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I think ultimately when it comes down to all of it, there's a balance that needs to be struck, and it's about finding what that balance is.
There's people like us sitting here making a podcast we've literally never done in our lives.
Yeah.
We have a few dozen people watching, and we continue to do this because we're like, oh, we feel like this could mean something.
Honestly, I was a little, I don't know, I had it in my head with the fruit snack clip that I got like 600 views.
Yeah.
400 views on YouTube and stuff. I was like, man, it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And like, since then, like, it hasn't been that good.
Dropped off.
Yeah, it dropped
Straight off.
But then, like, I don't know, we sat down and started doing this, and it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Like,
is it doesn't matter what the views are.
Like, I don't care how
This
many,
is what feels
yeah,
good.
I don't care how many people watch this stuff.
Yeah. Just having this conversation about this most random shit would never happen if it wasn't for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the few people that are watching along with us that are appreciating that are like, oh yeah. That's the shit. This is the shit. This is the shit.
I drove my dad's truck. It's probably a year ago. He still has that 1994 Toyota pickup. And
How does he still have that fucking truck?
he replaced the engine in it. I don't know how many miles is on it. It's like,
What's it got in it? 22 RE?
no, it's got the 3 liter V6. But yeah, it's like slow. You know, when he was replacing the engine in it, I told him he should have put a LS1 in it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't listen.
Should have listened.
Yeah.
Same price.
They make exactly.
Yeah.
They make a kit for it.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Man.
Same price. Guaranteed.
Like, you don't have to get the aluminum block one.
Right.
You get the truck motor. It's fine. Here's some more car stuff. What do you think about the Coyote engine?
I fucking love it. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you have one in your Mustang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still have one.
I like it.
Yeah.
But the people that compare the Coyote to the LS, I think are missing something.
Yeah.
Because I think between the Coyote and LS, I think the LS is still better because it's a smaller package. You can put the LS in anything because of how small it is.
I mean, it's very true.
Yeah.
But in owning a Coyote engine, it's the most fun I've ever had in a vehicle.
I've never owned.
Ever.
I've never owned either, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, it's the most fun I ever had in a vehicle in my life.
Yeah.
By far. Amazing. Power, amazing. The only time I ever got my ass handed to me in that car was by a fucking Hellcat.
Oh yeah, well of course. Yeah.
On 95.
Can't do a whole lot with that.
No, couldn't touch it.
So if I was gonna buy a car now, because I want to buy another car.
Yeah, what do you want to get? What are you looking for?
See, that's where I'm kind of torn, right?
Let's get in the middle of it. Let's get to it. Let's
I'm
get to
torn.
the point. What you want?
Because on one hand, for one, it's going to be a daily driver, right?
Yeah.
But I want something unique.
Okay.
However, a part of me wants something a little newer like TRD Camry or something, right? V6.
Boring.
300 horsepower. It looks good.
Okay.
It looks good.
Boring.
Okay. Another part of me wants to wait until they do the engine switch with the GR86. Plus, they have the boxer engine in them now.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be coming out with the 3-cylinder turbo.
Okay.
That's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Newer stuff, right?
Or.
Maybe a 370, something like that, right?
Or.
Miata.
Or.
Or, on the other hand.
Or.
Yes.
The good stuff.
Like the C6 Corvette we're talking
Okay.
about, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe something crazy.
What?
Like a Buick Regal.
No. Get the Corvette.
Huh?
No.
You don't like the Regal?
No. No.
The 3800 V6
No.
supercharged.
No. No. Because you'll end up getting it and it'll have no miles on it. And you'll be like, it's incredible. And it'll have problems from day one.
Thanks. That's
Yeah.
like the best engine GM
No,
ever built.
it'll have problems from day one.
Most reliable.
Day one. Trust me.
Transmission sucks.
No,
But
day one. Because these people never drove these cars. They're all low miles, nobody, or they're fucking tracked cars.
you can get 400 horsepower with a pulley and a tune.
Chris, get the Corvette. I'm telling you, go ahead and save your ass all the trouble and just get the Corvette.
I am at the Corvette level right now.
Get the Corvette.
Because honestly, like a C6 Corvette, you can get for 15,000.
Yeah. If you got a Corvette, we'll take the show on the road.
See, all right.
We'll go see your Corvette.
Here's my image, right? So when I was at Myrtle Beach, we went to Tanger Outlet, right? And they had a New Balance store. It's like I could be that guy. I could get the New Balance shoes and like the jean shorts and like the tucked in like shirt and go to Cars and Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could be that guy. Like not do anything to the Corvette, just like.
Yeah, but Chris, you could be that guy on this show. We have this podcast. You could be that guy on our own podcast. I could be that guy in Cars and Coffee, yeah. Or we could just be.
It's different because, standing beside the car at Cars and Coffee, which I've never been to a Cars and Coffee.
I have.
I want to go.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
They're such a fun.
I want to go.
Yeah, they're awesome. But you need to have something to bring.
Exactly. That's why I need the Corvette.
Yeah.
I'll be like everybody else that has a Corvette.
But there's not a lot of Corvettes at Cars and Coffee.
Really?
Not the ones I've been to.
No.
No. Not a lot of Corvettes. You actually, at this day and age, you could probably take the Tiburon because it's a classic.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's almost 20 years old.
It's a classic.
Next year will be 20 years.
That's classic.
Yeah, I just need to fix the paint, the bumper, and
No, you don't.
the interior.
No.
Yeah.
Wrap it. Put a wrap on it.
Yeah.
Do a chrome wrap.
I really need to fix the bumper because the last wreck I had in it, like the bumper got smushed down. You need to like pick it up.
Pick it up, do a chrome wrap on it.
Yeah. Chrome wrap?
Wait, or gold.
What if I just spray painted it?
No,
Like
do
flat
the wrap.
Flat
No,
black?
we tried that on one of your cars in the past and it did not turn out good. It was the worst paint job in history. Man, we're like, how could it be so bad? And it was.
I think it was bad because of the hood though.
Yeah.
And it was the heat too.
Oh, it was
so
102
hot. Yeah.
degrees out and we're spray painting your car. Oh, man.
Yeah, I do want to get, I don't know. When I think about buying a new car, I think at the end of the day, I want it to be interesting, reliable.
What about first gen Coyote 5.0? 2013.
The problem I have with any Mustang is that there's so many of them. I feel like they're everywhere.
Who cares? That's better for you. That's better for you.
I just feel like that's the obvious choice.
No,
And I don't
that's better.
I don't want to do
The obvious choice usually works out for the better. Everything's available.
Yeah.
The community's there.
Yeah.
You get a 2013 Coyote 5.0.
I like
Throw a supercharger on it.
That's what everyone does.
Yeah, not everyone.
Everyone.
1%. You think everybody's just walking around like fucking throwing superchargers on Mustangs?
I like unique things. I like when
It's
it comes
unique.
to cars. I like unique.
Having a supercharged Mustang 5.0 is unique, Chris. It's not. There's not a million people out there doing it. There's a small percentage of the population.
There's at least 1 million people talking about it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, right.
So you'll be one of the ones they're talking about.
That's why part of me likes the idea of getting a Camaro.
What generation?
Huh?
What generation Camaro?
Like the last one, or the current, not the current one, because that one was kind of ugly.
I don't know.
The one right before this one.
I don't know.
Plus, it's at least a little different.
I don't know. I don't agree with it. I'll take the Mustang. I'm a Ford guy now. I've made the transition.
See, I'm not really beholden to any car company, really.
Of course not.
I used to be a Nissan guy, but then Nissan started making a bunch of crap.
Nobody beholden to Nissan ever changed their ways, ever. Ever. I was beholden to Nissan, now I'm beholden to no one.
I was a Nissan guy, like, then the CVT stuff, and the CEO.
You're
like,
still a Nissan guy. You're still a Nissan
I want to
guy.
be.
You are. You are.
I want to be a Nissan
You
guy.
are.
They don't have
What about the new Z?
I do like the new Z. But
Have you seen the new Z?
Yeah.
The one coming out next?
The Z, right?
Not the one that just came out. The next one.
I haven't heard about
There's
that.
like a whole new generation coming out.
Is it not going to have the Infinity motor in it?
No, I think it
Which
has
is
like,
nice.
I think it has a dual electric gas, like a supercar-esque.
Really? No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey, it is what it is.
I guess. I don't know. I'm really, unless Nissan comes up with something crazy, I'm really not beholden to anything, but I do want something that's like not, that's understated, you know? That's why I brought up the Buick Regal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It's not understated.
Understated.
It's not understated.
No?
Mm. It would have been 10 years ago, but not now.
Why do you say not now?
Because immediately you know what it is.
What do you mean?
As soon as anybody sees that coming, they know what it is.
I don't think so.
Yeah, nobody has just a fixed up classic Regal that wasn't the fucking twin turbo.
Yeah.
Who has that?
No one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially around
Exactly.
here. Apparently it's a big thing in the Midwest.
Oh, out west, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot more cars survived out there.
Like ZZP, I like Mazda because of how long they stuck to the rotary engine
Yeah.
and like the different engineering that they go through to make things unique. And ZZP is a company in Michigan that's basically keeping all of this like GM stuff alive, like doing interesting things. Like I said, a pulley and a tune, 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even work on apparently, and I missed out on this one. When I was getting the Tiburon, remember I was looking at a Cobalt SS at the time?
Yeah.
There's a huge aftermarket for that. Like that was like a whole scene. Like not with the supercharger.
Yeah.
Like, later on they turbocharged them and
Yeah.
people made some power with those.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a good time for power. That was like the last generation of
The fun.
regular power.
Like everyday
Yeah.
power like anyone can get. One thing that did disappoint me is the new Prelude.
You know, I was going to ask you if you saw the new Prelude. The
It's-
design,
Looks good.
I think it looks really good.
Looks good.
Yeah. Underpowered.
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I can't even believe how much this mic is picking up.
Do you think we need another mic? Like, especially for this room.
We could do the whole fucking show with that one mic. If it was hanging in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
You can hear that, right?
Oh yeah, for
See-
sure.
The last show we did, I swear the whole thing recorded only through that mic.
Probably.
And it was over there, and they were over here.
I mean, that'd make things easier.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I wish I could bring up articles and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
yeah, we're not even at that level yet.
Yeah.
We're at the level of like, we barely know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dodge. where I think Dodge messed up at, and not really Dodge, Stellantis. I don't think Europeans understand the American market.
Why would they?
I don't know. That's mostly what Stellantis is. It's like a conglomeration of losers, like in the various car companies. Let's be honest here. Chrysler has been on its last leg a couple of times.
Right. Many times.
80s.
Yes.
They didn't get
70s, 80s, 90s, today.
They didn't get the good government contracts in World War II.
Right.
They got the shit ones for the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They had the 80s problem, which the K car saved them, along with government loans and stuff like that. And then
when was the last time you saw a K car on the road?
Whenever I see a K car, I point it out.
And I bet it's been a long time.
The last time I saw one was when I was at the Chicopan Walking Trail, and there was one in the parking lot, and I pointed out to Melanie. I was like, "Look, a K car."
Yeah.
It was a Reliant.
Yeah. Okay.
She was like, "You get it."
Nobody does.
Yeah.
They're rare though.
It saved Chrysler.
They're rare, but they're rare. They may have saved them, but they're not around.
What else? Oh, in 2008, Fiat had to buy them, so they had to get bought out. Which Fiat, right? Like, fix it again, Tony.
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah, a company not exactly known for reliability, combined with a company that wasn't exactly known for reliability, to come together to make a car company.
Hey, half reliability plus half reliability equals whole reliability.
However, in the Fiat Chrysler days, we got the Challenger and the Charger and all these different variants and scat packs, and it was kind of cool, right? Like you see it, they're all over the roads, man, and they sold a ton of those cars, and they made them for years, right?
Yeah.
And then Stellantis comes in and they're like, no. Kill it. That's what it feels like anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels like they could have done something else. And I know they're maybe trying a little bit with that electric Challenger, but the concept looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like electric sports cars and stuff, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's at least the concept one was. But on the last picture I saw of like the production model, man, it doesn't look as good.
Yeah. Normal.
I guess.
Normal. You know, there's like a Corvette coming down the line that's electric.
Yeah.
And the Skyline that's electric.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Like
RX-8 that's electric.
I think it's gonna be a hybrid.
Maybe.
Because it's gonna have an electric motor, and it's gonna have a rotary driven side. That's what last time.
Maybe.
Yeah. That would be cool.
We'll see.
That's cool just because of Mazda being Mazda.
Yeah.
And sticking with something crazy different.
For so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we saying? Electric cars. Instant torque, all the speed, no maintenance, no oil. I get that it's better. But it feels like you want a little something imperfect, you know? Like not as good, I guess. I don't know, just kind of like whiskey, right?
Yeah.
You want something that's gonna kind of punch you around a little bit to stand out, you know.
It's like the Porsche we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know, there's the electric, the Taycan.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have a fucking 911 turbo?
I think it's not what would you rather have; it's what would you rather drive.
Exactly. That is what would you rather have. What would you rather drive?
I wish I could drive both. I'll let you know.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll get to a point in our show where we'll be able to do that on the show.
Awesome. You know what else I want to give credit to is Porsche for how long they stuck with the air-cooled engine.
Until the 90s.
Yeah. Right. Long time.
Very
I
long.
don't know. I just think it's cool how.
Oh, it's incredible.
And that's another reason why I like is many things that are wrong with General Motors. I do like how they've stuck so long with the pushrod engine.
Yeah.
Like they had that demonstration in the '90s, I think, where they came out with two different LS models,
Mm-hmm.
two different engines, and one was a dual overhead cam and the other one was pushrod.
Yep.
And they put them both into a Corvette, I believe, and they drove it, and they preferred the pushrod because it just feels like it's more inherent to what that car is.
Right.
And I like that. I like it. I like it when companies do something a little different like that. Like I've said a couple times on this podcast.
Yeah. You know, I had a Harley Davidson, and I had the very last year that they offered a carburetor.
Yeah.
2005. The very last engine
That's
they
crazy.
ever allowed a carburetor, and it was a 2005.
It is kind of laughable that a company would stick so long to
Yeah.
a carburetor.
But it was like, you know, Harley Davidson enthusiasts are like,
Yeah.
they're stuck on that. Because
Right.
it, you know, it goes hand in hand with the old.
There's a certain feel to it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Right.
I like that. I mean, it could have been them being cheap.
I don't think it was them being cheap. I think it was more nostalgia.
It could be just for the feeling, and that's the way maybe it is with GM too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like they did something that no one else does, or stuck with something.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it means something.
Yeah.
Speaking about fuel delivery systems, the big thing now is like direct injection, and how with port injection, fuel was sprayed through your intake valves. So at least your intake ports were getting cleaned
Mm-hmm.
with the fuel. And now with direct injection, your intake ports are getting clogged up with
Right.
soot and debris and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like direct injection is better for power and efficiency, but the price of longevity.
Yeah. Not worth it.
Except Toyota, that does both,
Hmm.
port and direct injection.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's another one of those things that like, thanks Toyota.
Thanks.
Talking about giving props to car companies and
Mhm.
sticking with things. Toyota's one like that.
Yeah.
Like the GR Corolla,
Yeah.
nice car. Where'd that come from, right?
Yeah. Where the fuck did that come
Yeah,
from?
right. All-wheel drive.
Yeah. Rally car.
Some crazy 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
Like last time you heard of a 3-cylinder, what were you thinking?
I don't know.
No? Geo Metro?
I was thinking Geo Metro, but I was thinking Toyota Paseo.
No, they didn't have 3-cylinders.
They didn't?
Okay. It was a small 4-cylinder.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Geo Metro had
Yeah.
a 3-cylinder. So it's
3-cylinder.
like, what's 3-cylinder? This 3-cylinder is making 300 horsepower. And it's a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder. It's
Mhm.
huge pistons.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I don't know, the Super is supposed to be really good. It looks fun. People give them shit for like partnering with BMW. But
Yeah, they
it's
had to.
It's whatever.
What do you feel about the new Skyline?
It was underwhelming. I know that.
Yeah.
In the reviews. They've basically been making the same Skyline for the last
Yeah. The newest one's like mid-engine.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
that's supposedly the new one.
I know the last time they unveiled one, it didn't have a lot of fanfare to it.
Mm.
There was something crazy that happened at the New York Auto Show over the weekend with the Ford. Oh, there was like 2 protests. There was like a group that came out and they were protesting the F-150 Lightning, like the electric truck.
Okay.
And like one of them was I might be getting this wrong, but one of them was protesting it because of like trucks and like impact on the environment and stuff.
Right.
And they got hauled away. And then another group, 2 people, came out and poured oil all over the truck. And they were like protesting. No, one was protesting like the lithium mining and stuff like that,
Right.
electric vehicles, and the other one was protesting like oil.
Okay.
So they poured oil all over it. So it was like like the protest. It was like two different protesters.
So you're processing oil, but you're pouring oil all over.
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. Like I said, I might be getting that mixed up.
You know, well, the battery process to put these batteries together takes a lot of slave labor. And
Oh. Yeah, rare earth minerals.
Yeah.
Mostly in China and
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Actually, they just found a lithium deposit in like Nevada.
who knows if that's just a bait and switch to getting the products out of another country legally.
I mean, I don't know. I think, you get 400 miles or whatever out of a charge now on an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
That's plenty for most people, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that there's better technology, battery technology out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like graphene batteries.
Yeah.
You ever heard of graphene?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like supposed to be the next material, right?
Yeah.
Like make anything out of it.
Right.
Like harvest the carbon from the atmosphere and like
Right.
use it to make graphene,
Yeah.
make graphene batteries. I watched a couple of podcasts on
Oh, that's it.
it. Still feel like there's a slight chance that the last time I was in Detroit and I went to the Renaissance Center, I could have gone up to the top of GM headquarters and been like, look, got this new idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if we made cars people wanted to buy?
Hmm.
And they would have been like,
No.
or
They would have been like,
or
you don't think
I would have gotten arrested.
that we fucking thought about this
No, I don't think they thought that at all.
100,000 times already.
I don't think they think like that.
Hmm.
I think they're like, I'm gonna go play some golf, and I'm gonna go get some legal cannabis over here at the Puffs dispenser, and then I'm gonna go to the casino. That's what I think they think. I mean, that's what I did when I was in Detroit. So I assume. You ever been to Detroit?
No.
I went to Detroit twice, and I've only been to one casino. I went to Greektown. I think the one in Danville's gonna be nicer. But it feels like in that one area around the casino, it's really safe. Because there's cops everywhere, like patrolling the street. But it feels like that's a bubble. It feels like once you get outside that bubble, it turns to shit. Right.
All right, Chris. I think this is the end of the show.
It sounds like it's the end of the show.
I don't have a microphone to like to spew
Swing
off
away.
to swing. You have to like you have to swing that little thing away. You have to be like into the show, bitches.
End of the show, bitches. Okay.
All right, that's it. Done. Peace.